Everyone wants to make money with AI, but not everyone knows how to code. And this is a problem that myself and the team at Morningside AI set out to solve over 8 months ago now. And I've poured over $200,000 of my own money into creating a platform that allows beginners to make money in the AI space by rapidly building and selling one of the most in-demand AI solutions in the market right now, which is text-based AI agents. And so in this video, I want to show you how to use my platform to create a powerful website lead generation agent that you can copy exactly from this video and build in minutes, and then start selling immediately after this video. I'll also be showing you some of the awesome features that we've added in specifically for AI automation agency owners so that you can create value with AI and make money in the space as easily as possible. And before you get mad at me for trying to sell you something, this will not cost you anything. It is completely free to use. So let's jump into it. So if you're not already familiar, my platform is called Agentive, and it is a platform for AI automation agency owners to build, deploy, and manage AI agents, particularly text-based agents. So many of you are familiar with GPTs, OpenAI's GPTs, where you can go in and add a custom prompt, a knowledge base, a custom tool, etc. But you'll notice that you can't take those GPTs out and put them anywhere else. So the main reason we created this platform is because businesses want to be able to put it on their website, put it on WhatsApp, put it on Instagram, and take it out of this box of the GPT site and be able to interact with it. You make it more valuable by being able to put these GPTs on websites. And that's exactly what Agentive allows you to do. So what OpenAI has is the Assistance API, which allows you to create GPTs and interact with them programmatically, but it's an API that's quite hard to use. So Agentive essentially builds on top of that API and allows you to do essentially the same process of creating GPTs, but then also put them on places like WhatsApp and put it on your website, as we're going to see in this video. So it's tailored to be a no-code platform for you to easily create more value with these text-based agents, and I can't wait to show you what we can do with it. So to give you a quick high-level overview of what this build is going to be and how it really works, firstly, we have Agentive. And here we're going to be setting up our agent with a custom prompt, a knowledge base, and a tool that allows for lead capture. So if you're familiar with my 3 ingredients formula of creating AI agents, we have 3 ingredients here of prompting, knowledge, and tools. The prompting for this agent is going to be talking about, hey, you're a skilled solar expert. We're building this as if we were for a solar company. You're a skilled solar expert. You can use the capture lead tool to capture their information. We have a knowledge base of questions, an FAQ from the company Smith Solar. So this is a hypothetical business we're creating a website-based agent for, and it's going to be put on a little widget here using Agentive native deployment. And we also have a lead capture tool that will allow the agent to capture their phone number and their name and put it onto our Airtable as a way of capturing that lead information. So people will land on the website. We'll use Agentive's deployment to put it onto a web chat widget on their website. And then visitors will be able to interact with the web chat widget, ask questions about the business, ask questions about solar and how much it might cost, what financing options are available, etc. And then it's going to ask for, hey, can I get your information? I'll get one of the team to reach out to you to take a next step in this process. So through Agentive, we can set up the 3 ingredients very easily on top of the Assistance API. And then we can also deploy it with a couple clicks. You can see we have a deploy button here, which you're going to see soon. And we can deploy it to a web chat widget, WhatsApp in a couple clicks, Messenger in a few more clicks, and Instagram is coming soon. We're working tirelessly to try and get this deployment up for you all. But the point is, you come in here, you make it without coding, and you're able to, in a few clicks, get it put onto whatever platform you want, or whatever platform your client wants, more importantly. So here's a little preview of what the finished product's going to look like. We can send messages to this. And this is all native through Agentive. We don't have to use any other software. So to jump into things, we can head to agentivehub.com. The link to sign up will be in the description below. What we want to do is go to register. I'm going to register with Google because it's faster. And so you can create an account like this. How did you find us? You're probably coming from YouTube. Are you in the AAA or a business owner? In your case, if you've got an AI automation agency or a business owner, we can click yes. So I'm going to continue sign up. How much revenue is your agency currently doing per month? I'm just going to say I'm just starting out. So it's $0. Goal over the next 6 months, I'd like to be making $20,000. What real estate do you serve? None yet. Say we're just a general agency getting started. Welcome to Agentive. We've got a few steps to just onboard you and set you up to use it properly. So because this is built on top of OpenAI's Assistance API, we of course need one of your API keys to be able to interact with that API on your behalf. And don't worry, it's completely safe. You can also manage all of your API keys and change them as you need if you want to be rotating them for safety as well. So name your organization. I'm going to do Morningside AI for my agency. Enter my OpenAI API key. So to do this, I need to head to platform.openai.com. Link to this will be in the description as well. I need to go log in or sign up if you haven't already. I'm going to continue with Google. Enter my account. Okay, and so to keep track of your API keys, you can come to create new project here. We'll call this Agentive just to make sure everything is managed nicely and you have control of your spend. If we now go up to settings, and then we can click on limits for the project level, You can set a monthly budget. Because Agentive is built on top of the Assistance API, you will be billed for usage through your OpenAI account. So you can set a budget here. Let's say we just want to say $30 per month. Notification threshold, let's say at $20 per month, I want to be notified. So this will allow you to manage your costs, make sure you aren't running over and getting a nasty bill at the end of the month, which these things are so cheap now, you don't even need to worry about it as long as you're using these cheaper models. Then we just need to do one more thing, which is set up your billing. So if you haven't already set up a card on your account, you need to click on the settings in the top right, go to billing, go to payment methods, add in a payment method. And then to unlock all of the models and have access to everything that OpenAI offers right now, you need to buy some credits. So you can click buy credits here and put in $5, $10 worth of credits. And that's going to unlock access to all of the models from OpenAI for you within Agentive. And then to get to your API keys, you can click on this dashboard tab up here, click on API keys, and then you'll be able to create a new secret key. I'm going to call this Agentive tutorial owned by me, Project Agentive. I'm going to create the secret key. I'm going to copy this, head back to Agentive, paste this in, and then go next. Now there's an introduction video. I'm obviously showing you how to do things here. Next. And now we're ready to go. Once you've clicked done, you'll be ready to start creating agents. Now we're here in Agentive. We're ready to follow through on creating this particular agent for lead generation for a solar company. Now to do this, we need to go up to the studio. We have 3 tabs here. Home, which you'll be able to see your agents and your knowledge bases. The Learn tab, which is a bunch of tutorials, which I recommend you checking out after this video. And then we have the studio. So it's easiest to start off on the home page, click on create new agent. We're going to call this Smith's Solar Lead Generation Agent. Answers questions from a knowledge base and attempts to capture lead information to Airtable. That's what we're going to be sending the lead data to. And then we have a selector that allows you to choose the API key that you build upon. We put this as a feature so that you as an agency owner, you can have your, say, Morningside AI organization key, but you can also have client keys. As I'll show you in a bit, you can create new keys and you can put Smith Solar key, etc. If you want to be building on their key and building on their account and they pay for the usage, you can do that through Agentive like this. So we can click this. For the model, I'm going to go for GPT-4o Mini, the newest and fastest, and I think cheapest one as well. Now we get taken into the studio, where we can set up our prompt, our knowledge base, and our tools. To keep things short and sweet, I'm just going to paste in a prompt that I've already written, a little bit of a rundown of it. You're a highly skilled solar energy expert, Your role is to provide accurate and helpful information. So first and foremost, this agent is to help answer questions about Smith Solar, the company, and their services, and also generally information on solar for single-family homes. So that's the role. We have a task for them to engage them and answer questions. After answering a few questions, ask for the customer's full name and phone number, explaining that this information will allow a team member to contact them with the latest offers and personalized solutions. So basically, if they've asked a few questions and they seem interested in solar for their home, then push for a lead capture, where you're going to take in their phone number and their email, and then we're going to be using our tool, which I'm going to set up in a second, to capture that information over to Airtable. And the tools, we have the solar energy knowledge base. I find it's good practice to let it know what's in the knowledge base and let it know that the knowledge base that we have provided is a tool. Here we have 2 documents, and then we have the create lead function, which we're going to set up in a second. Then we have some other general prompting stuff, some context, some notes, etc. I think that's okay from there. This prompt and everything else you need to create this build, including the documents, etc., are going to be available on my free school community. If you go to the YouTube resources tab, you'll find the title of this video in there, and you'll be able to get all the resources to follow along. So once we have the prompt set up, we can go to the knowledge, enable the knowledge base. And now I've created a knowledge base and I can upload some documents. Smith Solar frequently asked questions. I'm going to open that one first, and I'm going to get another one, solar ebook. So these documents again will be on the free school community. One of them is a frequently asked questions about Smith Solar, so where are you based, etc. And the solar ebook is a ChatGPT generated ebook on solar for single family homes. So just some dummy documents I've generated here. Upload. Now we've created our knowledge base. As you can see, we have a selector here. This is a little different to how Agentive used to function, in that you used to just upload the documents on the agent level, and then that agent would have access to those documents. But because we're using the OpenAI Assistance API v2, they now have these kind of modular knowledge bases where they act as their own discrete unit. So you create a knowledge base, you can put all the documents in, and then through Agentive, you can connect that knowledge base to any agent that you want. Say it's a WhatsApp-based agent, say it's a website-based agent. You can select it easily here and change the knowledge base for your agent in just 2 clicks. So now we have the knowledge base set up. We can give it a little spin just to make sure that's working properly. We can go, hello, what financing options are available? You can move this here if you want a little bit more room for your text. And there we go. We're getting great answers from the knowledge base as expected. So it's also asking for the lead capture here, which is a good sign. We don't have the lead capture set up yet, but we will do that now. So we've got the knowledge base and the prompt. Now we can come over to the tools section. Right, so to get this Airtable lead capture tool set up, we need to add a new tool provider here. And if you're familiar with GPTs, you'll know that we need to add an open API specification. In this case, I've got it all ready to go for us. But the only thing we need to change is this URL here. So this is going to depend on your Airtable account and the base that you have set up. So everything here is going to be the same. I've written this all for you already. So all you need to do to get your own link is to follow the link that I provided in the school community to copy this Airtable base. And here's what you're going to see when you click the link that I provide for the Airtable template. You'll see this copy base. You can click this, it'll copy it into your account, and then you'll see something that looks like this. Now, the only thing you need to do to get that URL is to go to account, go to Builder Hub, go to Developer Docs here on the left, scroll down to the Web API. Then you can scroll down to, in this case, Smith Solar CRM. And then you can click on the leads table, and we want to create records. And then all you need to do is copy this URL down to the end, but not including the /leads at the end. So if we copy this, you will have access to this specific schema on the school community as well. You'll need to go here and copy this and replace it. Of course, I've just pasted in the same one, but for you, it will change it slightly. And then once you've changed this URL to your one, again, based off this, not including the /leads, we can copy this entire thing, Command C, head back to Agentive. We can paste in the schema into this box, paste. And the final step we need to do is add authentication. So this can be done by going back to the Airtable Builder Hub. So we can come back here to Airtable, click on the Builder Hub again. And now we have our personal access token. So we can click Create New Token. We can call this Agentive Smith Solar Lead Gen. We can add a scope. Make sure you give it the schema basis read and write as well. And then the access we're going to give it is to the base that we just set up, so the Smith Solar CRM. Once we've done that, we can create our token, copy this, head back to Agentive, click Add Authentication, API key, and bearer, and then we can paste in our API key here. And this means that Agentive is automatically going to insert the bearer keyword that you need for your authentication to work. So once it's in there, we can update the authentication. We can click on Create Tools here. Tool was created successfully. We have our Create Lead tool here. And this, of course, is being referenced in our prompt here. So we say create lead function, use this to add customer information to the CRM. So now with all of that set up, we are good to go. We still haven't published our agent, which is an important distinction to make. We're just in the editor right now. You can see it's a draft. So if I restart this and I say, hi, I'm interested in solar, how much does it cost? Now it's asking about the financing options, and if you hover over the show usage here, you'll see how many tokens we used, etc., and the cost. Here it's less than 1 cent, so we can keep talking to it. We can say, sure, tell me the financing options. Now, as we instructed in the prompt, it's saying, if you have further questions or need a personalized quote, I can help connect you with a member of our team. May I have your full name and phone number? So let's go, Huge Jackman. He's like a recurring character now. And we can call him +971. Now it's going to try to call the lead capture tool, take that information, and then send it across to our. And there we go. We have Huge Jackman, the phone number that we provided, and his details. Thank you, Huge Jackman. I've successfully recorded your information. A member of our team will reach out to you shortly. And now the last handy feature we've just added in for agency owners is if you hover on this, when a tool call was made. So in this case, it says, yes, I've triggered this tool. I've triggered the create lead tool. If we hover over the show usage, you'll see that we have a debug essentially on what the create leads function was just doing. So the URL that was called, we have the method, we have the details that were sent off, the name and the phone, the authorization. We also have the output as well. So that's basically saying that the status has arrived, we've successfully done it. And this kind of tool debugging is so useful, and I know you all are going to get a lot of value out of it, being able to see what's actually going on behind the scenes. So now that we've got our knowledge prompt and tools added in, and it's all working and connecting to Airtable as expected, now we can finally publish our agent. So yes, I'm sure. Now that it's published, we have access to these buttons up here. So firstly, we have a share screen. So if I make it public, I can copy this and send this to a client for a demo. They can say, hi, how are you? And this is intended for sharing the agent around, for testing within your team, testing with your clients, etc. All of the functionality you just saw, but it's now in a full screen for your client or whoever's using it. You can also use this feature to send this as a template to your client when you want to do the handover. So you can provide the email, send it off to them, and they're going to be able to clone this exact agent into their account on Agentive. And finally, the most important thing and what we're really trying to do here is using our deploy tab, which is what makes Agentive really so powerful. And then we have social deployment. So you can take this agent that we've built and all of this functionality, you can deploy it to WhatsApp in a couple clicks. I'm going to do that in another video. It is really quick. I can probably show you now, but I want to make this focus on a website lead generation agent first. So we have WhatsApp, connect in a couple clicks to any number you want. And then we have Facebook Messenger. So if you have a Facebook page and you want to connect this agent to answer questions on the page's behalf, you can follow our tutorial here, which I'll do again in another video. Instagram, we're still waiting for approval from Meta, but we're working tirelessly to try and get that up for you all. Then we have our custom code deployment. So if you just want to plug this into any application you want, you can use our custom code there. But more importantly for this video, we have our website widget. So we can customize this. It's going to pop up as a little thing down on the bottom of the screen on their website. So let's give it a name. So instead of lead generation agent, we can call it Smith Solar Assistant. Widget description. Here to help with your solar questions. Now I want this to be kind of a charcoaly gray. I want to upload a logo. This will be available for you on the school community as well. Upload the logo there. Should be a nice bright sun. Starting message is going to be whatever pops up as soon as the widget is opened. And then we have some conversation starters, which are some cool features that we've added in. So what are financing options? And then I have something in the prompt that would trigger this. So if I say any special offers. As you'll see in a second when we deploy it, these are pop-ups that appear that suggest ways that users can interact with and get value out of the agent. So it can really funnel them into engaging with it in ways that you want them to based off the functionality you've built into it. We have two sizes. We have regular and large. I'm going to go large just to show you. And you have the ability to remove the Agentive watermark, which you want to keep on, of course. We also have a setting to auto display the widget on page load. So as soon as the page loads, it's going to open and try to get interactions with it, which makes it, increases the usage on it and makes it more valuable to your client. So we've got all that set up, color, logo, etc. So now if I click on preview widget, it's going to open up a new page. Here we have it automatically popped up as we set up. Hello, how can I help you today? Which is the welcoming message we set up. Financing options, using one of the conversation starters. Give it a second to reply. And then we have it, a big answer, cash purchase, solar loans, etc. But that of course is only the preview, just to test it, make sure it's working okay. You can change all your settings here and click the preview button. But we want to now create a proper deployment, so we can click create deployment here. Now the final step is actually having a website that you can put it on. So obviously this is going to be your clients. In this case, I'm going to be using a dummy or a template website, which you can get on the school community as well. I'll leave a little Loom video on how to set things up on brackets. But basically there's this code editor called brackets. And I've opened up the whole file that contains all of the website information, so the index, the CSS, etc. And then to add it to the website, and this applies for basically all websites you're going to be putting these on, you need to scroll down to the bottom of the page so it loads last. You'll see all these script tags where it says script, script, script. We can, in this case, delete the old one that I had in here. And you can paste in this information here into this script section. I can save it, Command S, and I can click on this button up here to load this website live. As you can see, it's loading it from my files. And here we have the template website with our widget popped up already. You can minimize it down there. We can click back in. Hello, how can I help you today? In the prompt, I've put a detail where if they ask for special offers, it immediately asks for their lead information. So let's try to trigger that and see if it's going to work and send it over to the Airtable. Special offers can change frequently. Please provide your full name and phone number. Liam Ottley, 021, blah, 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 blah. Here we go. Thank you, Liam Ottley, for providing your information. A member of the team will be in touch. If we head over to our Smith Solar CRM, we have Liam Ottley and the information has been saved. And so that's how you can use Agentive to create a website lead generation agent that has a knowledge base. It can answer questions about your client's business, but more importantly, it can push them toward a conversion event. In this case, capturing their lead information and sending it to the CRM using a custom tool. Now, this is only just scratching the surface. As I said, you can take this exact same agent right now and put it onto WhatsApp in a couple clicks. You can put it on your client's Facebook Messenger as well. There's a ton of cool solutions you can create using these deployments. And finally, I want to touch on another very powerful feature of Agentive that no one else is offering right now, which is versioning and version control. So this is an agent that is published live on your client's website right now, right? If I was to come in here and edit it and make changes on the assistant's API end, it's just going to be updating those live to the agent. So if you change the prompt and it doesn't really work as well, automatically on your customer's website, it's going to start changing how it behaves. We don't want that, of course. We want to be able to make changes and test on Agentive, test it within this environment here, make sure it's working better, and then publish those changes in a batch essentially. So I want this new version to go live, and this is done through our versioning feature. So you can see it's not letting me edit it. I have to click the edit button, in which case it's going to create a new version. Here it says draft, and any changes that I make here and any conversations I have are going to be just within Agentive. And once I'm happy with the changes, say for example, my client wanted me to change the model I was using to something that's more expensive but more intelligent. I can come in here within this draft editor, I can change it to GPT-4 Turbo, and now the publish button becomes available, and I can click to publish my changes live to that deployment. So this is how we can track our version history. We have, see here, GPT-4o Mini was the initial version. That was what was on the website, and every visitor would be interacting with that. Then I published a new version that has GPT-4 Turbo. And because I published that, it's now going to be sent to the website, and all new users are going to be interacting with the new version that uses GPT-4 Turbo. So that's just scratching the surface of what we built for you all here. All the links mentioned will be down below. Agentive to sign up firstly, but also the school community where you can find all the resources for this, the schema, the documents, all of the other stuff that I've mentioned are going to be on the school community within a post if you go to the YouTube resources tab. So this video has been a bit of a relaunch for all of these new features, which are way more powerful for you as AI automation agency owners. So I can't wait to see what you guys can build with it. Jump into it and let us know if there's anything you'd like us to build in future. So that's all for the tutorial. I hope you've been able to follow along, and I'm so excited to see what else you guys can build with Agentive with all these new features we've put out for you. If you're interested in learning how Agentive fits into my entire plan within the AI space, you can check out this video up here. But aside from that, guys, that's all for the video. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.